What's going on, everybody? It's Josh here from Kenwood, and on today's workshop, I am going to back up the claims that we've made about how our receivers have tuned audiophile grade components and great audio quality outputs. So to do that, I'm going to be utilizing a DMRTA, and we're going to have this hooked up to one of our DMX 1057XR receivers. Using this, we're going to go through the RTA section and the O-scope section to show you what those audio quality outputs look like, and then also what happens when we utilize some of those great features that exist within this product. Let's get into it. Okay, so first of all, let's take a look at how the menu setup on this works. Now, I told you in some other videos that we've made that we actually have customizable widgets that exist on our 10.1-inch products. Now, in this case, I have one of those widgets set for the EQ. This allows you to quickly change those by simply tapping these buttons here to adjust that 13-band graphic EQ. But when we tap that, that'll actually take us to our audio menu. It'll give you quick reference and access to that, but it'll also give you access to all of our other audio quality features. For example, if we tap the speaker and crossover section, here you can see that it shows front, rear, and subwoofer, with those adjustments being reflected on this graph on the right-hand side. Now let's take a look and see how this changes once we actually activate three-way crossover mode. Okay, so to activate this feature, you're not going to find it in any of these menu options. We actually have to do this through a series of hidden button presses. First things first, we have to go into our standby, put the receiver into standby mode. Now when we do this, on this receiver specifically, you're going to press the menu button followed by the home button. Now when you do this, you'll see that the screen pops up and it gives you the option to change from two-way to three-way. We'll tap where it says three-way, and then we'll hit yes to confirm. Now when we do this, we can actually go back, select USB as our source since that's where our audio is coming from. And then if we want to go back into the audio menu that we discussed earlier, and we can take a look and see that this is now changed from front, rear, and subwoofer to high pass, band pass, and low pass. Okay, so at this point, I have pink noise playing, and we've got this hooked up to the DMRTA. Now, on the receiver, I'm utilizing the band pass frequency, or the output from this receiver. Now, the benefit is, by utilizing this, I actually have the ability to manipulate which frequency ranges are coming out, and I can activate that band pass crossover. So in this case, for example, if we're to make these adjustments, you can see that on the right side of that, we start to drop those frequencies that may be a little higher than what we want coming out of this band pass. Now on that same token, but on the opposite side of the sound spectrum, if we wanted to also reduce the lower frequencies that are coming out of that, you'll see that we can now create a typical curve that we would expect to see on a band pass crossover. And this is something that's easily done and manipulated by utilizing our three-way crossover mode. Okay, so to talk about the clean outputs of the receiver, this is something that you often hear discussed in any of our Kenwood trainings. But in this case, we actually want to demonstrate that to you with the use of the DMRTA and also showing you that we're going to turn the volume all the way up on this receiver. Now, in order to do this, I have an 880 hertz tone that's being played from the receiver, and then we've switched over to the oscilloscope section of the DMRTA. Now, what's really cool about this is you can see here, as we turn the volume all the way up, max volume, we still have a perfectly clean signal that's being displayed on the DMRTA section of this. But I don't want to stop just there, right? We can already tell that we have clean outputs that aren't clipped at this point. However, I want to take it a step further and show you something else that's really unique about our Kenwood products. Now, if we go into the audio section here, as most of our customers will do once we've finished this installation and delivered this product to them, they'll typically go into the sound effects tab that's found here, and then they'll make a lot of these adjustments that we ask them not to do. But in the event your customer does this anyways, I want to demonstrate what happens on the oscilloscope whenever we max out all of these sound effect options. So for example, we'll turn bass boost up, we'll turn loudness all the way up, drive EQ, space enhancement, stage EQ, and realizer. So this is full volume on every single sound effect option that we have. Now, if you take a look at the oscilloscope, you'll notice that we still have perfectly clean outputs on that. However, what we've actually done internally on our receiver is we've reduced that volume output in order to maintain that, meaning that internally, our products are actually taking care of that signal to make sure that we're not delivering a clipped output to possibly cause damage to the products that you've spent a lot of time installing. Hopefully everybody watching got some value from seeing some of this in person or live on air, whichever way you choose to determine it. But the reality is, this is the best way that we can choose to utilize and display what these receivers pack whenever you get into any Kenwood product. For more information on that, head over to our website at kenwood.com.